What's going on, world? Your man, Mr. Mac.
I'm Crystal Levin.
This is the M+M+M show, aka the show coming to you live and direct with a brother who you might know, then again you might not, and not because of you, but because of him, because he switched things up, but he's the same old G. I could explain it to you, but he could do it way better than me. Homeboy, could you please introduce yourself so folks know I'm not lying?
Hey man, it's a big homie. They know me as Fiend, F-I-E-N-D, No Limit artist, former No Limit recording artist. And I've transitioned to the name International Jones. You know what I'm saying? Congo Square and rap form. If Louis Armstrong Horn could rap. You know what I'm saying? So, man, I'm happy to be here today. By all means, you could Google search both of those names and just meet up with us right now.
Facts. Interesting story. Total little tidbit. First of all, the voice. Love the voice. I'm a fan.
Yeah, my headphones don't love it but so much. He's killing me. But that bass is killing me.
I'm trying to be rude, you hear me? But I appreciate the love, man. Like, so cool of you guys to be up to speed and being still in tune on things. I've seen a lot of artists from where I started from are not as current or, you know what I'm saying, doing as much. Not to say that they don't love it, you hear me, but they may not be as fortunate. So I'm just grateful, you know what I'm saying, to be tuned in, hanging out with y'all today, you hear me?
Absolutely. Oh, funny little tidbit. I don't know how the algorithms work or, you know, with Apple Music playlists, but one of your new songs popped up. And the picture, I didn't recognize you. And I was like, oh, this is a great song. Like this voice, clicked the name and it popped up with all your, other stuff under Fiend. And I was like, oh, snap, right? So I Googled you, found out you have the same birthday as me. And I was like, we're friends for life.
I've been trying to figure how to, kind of line things up. It's going to be his own little journey. So I'm just going to keep putting out more new content under the National Jones. Yeah, so I can bring people up to speed, because that is what my little something I've been looking to do to connect people that want tuned into me, like to right now, you know what I'm saying, all at once if I could. So it's all good, a lot of searches, you like, oh God, you hear me? But that's cool though, man. You hear me?
What's the transition been like from point A to point B? Like you said, you started at a very specific era, right, and there aren't a lot of survivors from your time to now. And music has changed so much, even in your own backyard of New Orleans. The kind of artists that are coming out now would totally revamped from how you used to do it, or from how you do it, period. So what's been your biggest take on the switch over?
My biggest take on transitioning is knowing when it's time to evolve. Not letting your ego take over, you know what I'm saying, the drive of you as a brand, you know what I'm saying, when it's about staying somewhere, when you really are able to grow, you know what I mean? Diddy told me one time, this is what I got out of music, of when it's transition. When somebody is great as somebody like Sean Diddy Combs decides to give you advice and say, look, man, I don't want nothing from you. I wanted to come tell you I'm a fan of your music. I'm fucking with the vibe. I had to come tell you that myself. Here's my number, and I want to give you one thing of advice. Man, know when it's time to reinvent yourself. And that was one of the things that just totally stuck with me. Out of, you know what I'm saying? If you say you meet Oprah, you might remember she said this, she smelled like this, you know what I'm saying? Somebody that you look up to, you trying, you remember some things that just stuck with you feel me? So that was one of the things that stuck with me about Diddy.
Did he, I said, did he, actually, did he? Did he specify what he meant by reinvent, or was it something that you created or internalized?
I took it as you're gonna run across great opportunities, and it's about what you take from it. There's no bigger right or bigger wrong. It's just what you take from it. And for some reason, I was up to speed of him doing this Puffy to Diddy. You know what I'm saying? Just a small example of it. And I always wondered, and I think that's what hit me, because I felt like I've evolved know what I'm saying? My dad had me around live bands like Galactic, and my uncle Houseman was the lead singer of the group. You know, Houseman the Clue. So I'm up here with these dudes playing live band, you know, funk, jazz, soul, all this different cool stuff. And my dad would do this here. Why don't you go up there, just say some shit, just bust some shit. You know?
So like, you've been rapping over the live jazz sounds.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, look at me.
How old? Since how old? How old were you doing that?
This was like after my No Limit releases.
Oh, okay.
After Street Life type of, you know, this could have been early 2000s, you know, middle 2000s. And I never forget it because I was just there enjoying the bud, enjoying the people, you know what I'm saying? Good vibes. And he was like, nah, for real, you heard me? So I'm like, nah, man. So he was like, bro, I'm telling you, man, go up there, man. I'm telling you. You know what I'm saying? I was running.
This is your dad with the blunt. Go up.
Yeah, nah, it's strictly joints. He wasn't about no blunts. He was strictly rolling through.
Sorry, my bad.
So I said, so I went up there. Yeah, everybody went up there. I was a jazz saxophonist who flew in from Japan. And it was cool just to watch all this going on. I got up there, did a few things, man, you know, man, and it ended up sounding cool, but I still didn't really process it. But I just know he kept like, man, you know. So I think that's what made me just tap into it. You know, I ran with my dad, and I felt like he had a great ear for music. And I feel like I'm in the middle of so many different eras of music, being a fan of like the kid that sat in the passenger seat that ran with his brother that was listening to NWA right on the set, to being like also a little guy that same age that can enjoy Earth, Wind and Fire when it came to Showtime. So I was just in different little spaces, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm enjoying Run DMC, but at the same time I'm enjoying Sade, you know, Anita Baker, you know what I'm saying? So I used to be like, you know, so I think that's what I am right now to this day. It's like this vibe, this transition. I feel like, hey, I'm an everyday kid that get hard of a ghetto boy, was on makeup saying, stuff like this. At the same time, I evolved, and this is who I am today with a passport, married, 3 kids, you know what I'm saying? But I'm still my own superhero for those that I care for. You know what I mean? Like it's still a different type of rock star lifestyle within a family, a community now, you know what I'm saying?
How long have you been married? It's been a while, right? You guys have a long history.
10 years in September.
Huh?
10 years in September.
10?
Yes.
10 years.
Ooh.
Okay. Congrats. What's it called? Not octogenarian. What's it called? Well, it's a decade. There's another word.
That's a bid. That's a whole bid. If somebody told you they did 10 years in prison, you'd be like,
it's a bid.
That's a bid. You trooped that. What now 10 years means she met you kind of right towards the middle or the towards the tail end of you recording music. Like she still knew you as Theme, the star, No Limit kind of, that rep was still reverberating when she met you, yes?
Where I'm at down here, you know, we the big, you know what I'm saying? New Orleans.
Yeah.
Just for an example, right?
Right.
In other states, we may be, Grateful Dead.
Okay.
And another one we may be Kiss, you know, like it's different volumes of how big it vibrates. But when I'm at the South New Orleans between Baton Rouge, it's still huge. They're still going to the grocery store. This is my Calabasas, you know what I'm saying? Down here where I'm at. But there are also people that are oblivious. So when we got together, I had transitioned to more of an independent. You know, I had FE, Fiend Entertainment, that iron, you dig? I'm producing the Crack Alley music. I'm producing joints for Jadakiss. You know what I'm saying? I'm selling 50,000 units independently, $8 a record. You know, every other month I'm dropping. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting real money. But we were from two different worlds. You know what I'm saying?
Right. From the major label world, I mean, like nationwide thing to the more maybe more lucrative, but independent, local level.
part of being more rich than famous.
Mm-hmm.
And you could suffer from it too. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I love my fans so much. I signed deals I had no business signing because I was grateful and blessed to be independent making this type of money. I was a millionaire. You know what I'm saying? Like, go everyday stuff, get your groceries done in the hood. Like, I never really wore money on me and never made about that type of stuff. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I was spending as quick as I was making it anyway. So, when you process,
Sorry.
oh, wait, that was it. You know what I'm saying? Already just ran through. And, when I met her, I don't know, something changed. And I decided to take a chance in life when I saw with Snoop and his wife. I didn't know you could have be married, be in hip hop.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I saw so many different real rich lessons and just wealth I got from people instead of being in their pocket. You know what I'm saying? Being a little too young to have business plans that please to keep coming at them with. You know what I'm saying? To be that dude that no matter what, he keep coming back with this, we give money. So I got family from Snoop, you know what I'm saying? How to manage myself a little bit, and music a little bit, Snoop, I got with Master P, Percy Miller, I got this, Birdman, Cash Money, I got this. You know what I'm saying? Rough Rider, D&Y, Siobhan, I got that. You know what I'm saying? Like it just, DJ Paul, Juicy J, I was so blessed to be so fortunate to be around other people, to be so young, to not just be, you're all in business. Oh man, I'm about to go get another house. I'm about to, everything is just the grind. I was in the studio like that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And man, like
You took those lessons, it seems like.
I did. It was dope. It was dope.
Yeah, but you also named a whole bunch of family men just then. Like almost everybody in that list is full-blown family, full-blown married husband, father type dudes.
That's the wealth. That's the wealth. Is some type of collaboration is going to be needed for a better you.
Collaboration with a wife, collaboration with other artists, collaboration.
However it expresses with y'all two, or with y'all three, or however. Like
now you're speaking. Now you're talking Mecca's language.
I think he's been listening to the show.
Get tuned in, but I y'all seem cool, so I know like this is not gonna be my last. You heard me, I'm gonna have it on my subscribe or whatever. How that go to it, it's the alerts go off, let you know.
The alerts. Yeah, we've been talking entanglement since before Jada showed up. We got you, bro.
Somebody put a small.
It's complicated. Right. It takes a whole other level.
Say that again, bro.
Someone downsized it. That's all they needed. The most brilliant things in the world is in simplicity. So someone said, somebody so rich, somebody so well-traveled, decided to share a word that may have existed in a world we don't know about.
Right. It's brought up a whole conversation that people, they guessed, they imagined.
And you got it. When you... Yeah, like, so that's what I'm trying to tell you. Yeah, so everybody now is a step further on their game. Even if they want to play that card. Oh, look, I could be in the bar and be like, entanglement.
I cannot. I literally cannot. The one word means so much. Context.
Less.
Powerful.
Yeah. So yeah.
It says a lot.
She did that boy dirty. She did that boy so dirty.
Hey.
Poor youngin.
She had time to get her play together. Ooh,
right.
Cool.
They got to prepare their statement properly.
Listen, they got that prep. hey, check this out. Happy everyone could be here today. I see that Jada and has a little entanglement going on here. That's the way we're going to push forward to express what we're doing. And what I want you to do from there, Will, I want you to step in and express that you possibly were sick, you know. Then Jade, I want you to
scripted
respond with yes, with agreeing with Will, because you're still a couple. At the end of the day, you're still together. So thanks for joining the Red Table Talk for segment of it. You know what I'm saying? That's all it is.
Bad marriage for life. Bad marriage for life. They went there with a plan.
Content. It was so dope of a content. They made it their own exclusive content.
And it was 13 minutes long. They did that one in 13 minutes because Jada don't want her dirt being dragged across the internet for like an hour and change like she normally does. This episode was 13
Well, usually it's
long.
her giving advice. Usually
it's
her
giving advice. But she's giving advice on somebody else's dirt. This is her dirt. 13 minutes. We in and out like a robbery. No, we in and out. It ain't no precise. We in and out. Because I don't want to sit here and tell you about all the foul stuff I did to this kid and let it drag out to the point where you all pick up on it and realize that I'm really moving on some predatory grooming type business out here. You can't see me like that, so I got to get in and out of here. I can't have y'all like really watching me.
Control the narrative. That's what it is. It's just control the narrative.
If I feel like if that show had gone on for too long, like I said, 13-minute clip. If I feel like if that show had gone on for like an hour, by the 20th minute, somebody would have been like, wait a minute, hold on. He was a kid, and he wasn't well, and he was emotionally unstable, and he idolized you, and you just wanted to feel good, and then you bounced on him and went back to your husband, and now he's sitting here like confessing everything because it's so heavy on him, and you just bounced. Like,
he has way more sympathy for this August kid than I do. He got into it knowing what he did. But anyway,
I don't. No. Wait a minute. I'm going to respond to that. I don't feel that way. I treat him the same. I treat him with the same amount of grace that I treat 21, 22, 25-year-old girls who end up with 40-plus-year-old men who have a wealth of knowledge and wealth of experience on them and take advantage of those girls when they're in vulnerable positions. I hold them to the exact same accord. I consider those dudes creepy. I consider her creepy, even though everybody can say, hey, they're an adult and they know what they're getting into. When those dudes, when men are taking advantage of young girls and dangling.
Taking advantage, though.
It is taking advantage. Like one way or the other, you're taking advantage. If I know this world and you don't, if I'm a grown ass man and I dance this dance,
trying to learn it. You want to be with older people. You want
taking advantage. But okay, what happens is you violate the campfire rule. The campfire rule is you come across a campsite in the woods, you leave it in
better than
the same condition or a better condition than what you found in it, and she didn't do that. That's when I can say it's kind of cool.
Not many
but most
people
dudes
of any
don't
age do that in relationships. I will say that though.
But that doesn't make them right. And the fact that she walked away talking about when they asked her like, what was up, and her response was, I just wanted to feel good. I just wanted to feel good. She was wild selfish in that. It was about her. She got her rocks off, just like these older dudes do when they go meet these young girls and get in their brain and take advantage. They get their rocks off and then they skate.
I'm curious. Well, I don't know which direction you are actually in the thing. I'm curious, Mr. Jones. Is the age difference between you and your wife? And also, if she stays up on social media, current events type stuff, like what you guys actually, if you guys have had a conversation about this subject or the larger subject of famous dating and entanglements.
You got 6 years apart from each other.
6 years apart?
That ain't a lot.
Yeah, that's not a lot. You guys are closer. Close-station age.
It is closer, but I'm not going to tell you that 25, 30 isn't attractive. I wouldn't. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't really know how that, we all know deep down inside there's like a meter, some meter, and let you know wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You go below that level, it's kind of
Definitely, like, what I'm saying? Like, I could never, I have a daughter that just turned 20. So, I don't know, maybe there's a rule of thumb to some guys that carry themselves, but, they gotta be whatever that meter that we all kind of commonly know. I feel like that's wherever that is, whatever that gap should be, whatever.
Right. Because youth is beautiful. Like we all accept that. Youth, like young people, we have our best bodies or smoothest faces and etc. But like you said, for you, like the limit for yourself.
The world is in its own odd something, but there's some things that are cool. You know what I mean? It may I look at it like Jada probably. No, I don't want to use. I don't know her like that. Let's say a young woman, she may be attracted to a football player that's 2 grades up more than her. She's in a 10th, he's a senior, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, but if she's a freshman and he's a senior, it's something.
It's a little creepy. It's a little creepy.
She just joined Teen World and he's finishing, about to be an adult.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, is the 11th grade cool for a sophomore in college?
Right. The numbers definitely matter a little bit more under 18 or under 20, I think.
When you put it back to those standards, that's how we was raised in New Orleans. You know what I mean? Like, something like that, we all internally felt like, you know what I'm saying?
It's a little creepy. It's a little creepy.
Not a big gap, right? Mm-hmm. But once you get older, you brought up something I thought was pretty valid and pretty dope. You said the maturity. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You can't stop it if them that young water keep getting at you. You know what I'm saying? You could be like, look, you're too young. You hear me? Like, but it's flattering. That's what's up. They're on the boy. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The youngins still like me. We're right. It's good, but
she saw the God. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how you want. That's how, and same with women. You know what I'm saying? You may have been attracted to the quarterback over here when you was in 9th grade, but you know what I'm saying? Like, as you get older, I don't know, things, it change.
Yeah. Well, also, I imagine when I was in high school, I remember I got tall really fast, and I know women that develop either boobs, ass, or height, and they all of a sudden get older attention because they appear older, and we're really, really like flattered by it. Like, we want to be wanted by older guys. I realized that when I was in 10th grade, people thought I'm a sophomore. Oh, what college? Right. Like, and I liked it. But then if they knew I'm in high school, I look back on it on some super creepy, uncomfortable levels. Like, I thought I was mature as hell, but I was 15.
Chris, watch your hands. Watch your hands. I'll touch the mic.
I was 15 years old. If you're 20, you should not be interested in me. Even if I look good. Like,
you develop early, like some people say, and that will come with territory. Now imagine dressing that up to the standard of a 2022, saying like, so that type of something.
Right.
You're going to attract whatever that is. You're going to attract probably 22 to 30, whatever, right? Yeah. I look at it like that. I dated older girls when I was young, you know what I'm saying? So it's hard to say, I dated 20s when I was 16, you know what I'm saying? Like college students, you know what I'm saying? Like, if that wasn't like the goal, it was, but they were sophomore or freshman in college, you know what I'm saying? So, I don't know.
Sometimes it's context and who you're around also. Like, if you're going out of your way as an older person to like prey on high schoolers, it's different than if you just happen to be around people and get to know them.
No abstention.
There is a difference, but
no abstention.
There's a difference between legal and moral. Most of what we're discussing is legal. Like, the age of consent for sex and is different from different states. Some states is 18, some is 16.
You get married at 16.
Some is 21. Yeah, like it. But is that moral? Just because it's legal, is it moral? Most of what we got on R. Kelly about, besides like the obvious illegal stuff that he did, like a good chunk of his stuff was illegal.
Right.
But the reason why they couldn't lock him up for confessing that this was his girlfriend and that was his girlfriend and he was in this freaky stuff was because most of that stuff was legal. We got at him as men and as a society because it wasn't moral. We know that you know better. Like, you're almost 50. You know that messing with an 18-year-old girl ain't it. Like, you're messing with a 20-year-old girl.
The
really
child.
Ain't it. Like, that's a child to you, bro.
And still doing too damn much.
Right. And that's my thing when getting at Jada. You are messing with for all intents and purposes, a boy that was introduced to you by your child.
Woo.
Your child, her son introduced her to August. Like, that's first ballot Hall of Fame creep business right there. That's high level.
That's
creep.
his little homie. Yeah.
Hold on. That is, but like you say, it's probably more of a moral thing than a legal thing.
Absolutely.
Because August
Absolutely.
is of age.
Absolutely.
He's allowed to be fucking.
In one world, is morally creepy. In another world, dude bagged the MILF.
And he wanted to. She didn't like
I
force
don't
him in the bed. I don't think she
he bagged
wrestled
her.
him.
I don't think he bagged her. I think she bagged him.
The youngin. She bagged
She bagged him.
She bagged a youngin. But to his friends, if any of his homies knew or friends knew, probably looks pretty fucking impressive. To some people. He wasn't against the process. He was against getting ditched. He was against being used in the end result. He was really enjoying the process until it was over. He really liked being around her. That's why he's so hurt.
That doesn't make it any better. Like,
No,
enjoying your abuse doesn't mean that you're not being abused.
Oh boy.
Like, when you okay.
How old is he?
I don't know how old he is now. This happened like 4.
Let me go to Google while we discuss this.
Yeah. Bring his age up, and then recognize that whatever we're talking about happened between them like 4 years ago, I think.
One of the top searches. I put in AUG and it says August Alsina age. Like, people.
How old is he?
He's 27. He's 27 now.
Okay. And this happened 4 or 5 years ago.
4 years. I think it said it was 4 years ago.
Age, sort of, 23 years of age, maybe.
Okay. 23, emotionally unstable.
How long you been in the business? When did he pop? How old was he when he popped off?
Oh,
I think maybe 20 or maybe 18.
Yeah, like, nah, she caught him. He might have been maybe 2-3 years in at the time. If I'm not mistaken, don't quote me because I'm not looking at it, but it might have been 2-3 years in.
And he's from New Orleans too. That's the other thing. Who that, folks?
Yeah, but he's hurt. I want everybody to keep that in mind. He wasn't well. He wasn't a complete package when he came to the door. He's hurt. He was emotionally unstable. He was physically messed up. He was dealing with all kind of illness.
Yeah, he has a super autoimmune disorder. It says that attacks his liver. Like, he's collapsed on stage. He was ill, like physically ill. This is a fact.
Yeah, and emotionally messed up. And that's when she caught him. That's why I feel some kind of way about the whole thing. That's why I throw around the word grooming, because it feels like it really feels like you preyed on it. It feels like you caught a dude who was emotionally messed up, but he was hot, so you did your thing. Just like a dude, it's like a grown man who catches a 20-something-year-old who's, young and dumb and fresh out of college, don't have a lot of money. You start throwing money around her, and you get her that way.
I'm big on personal responsibility, though, too. I said, if you talk about punching your weight, like, some of these youngins really think they can punch weight with older folks, and they prove it. I mean, I was dating much older, and I was handling my ish.
Right.
And afterwards, I was kind of hurt. But I literally jumped in the ring because I wanted to, and I thought I could handle it.
Because you thought you could keep up.
I thought I could keep up, and either I could keep up and it just didn't work out. I think I'm mature. Hey, I almost just took my shirt off.
So I feel you coming from. It's hard to say, bro. Like,
well, how old are your other kids?
Hold on, wait. Before
Okay,
we skip off of that, you were emotionally immature, but you were also emotionally stable. August was neither one, which
I've
is
never
why,
been emotionally stable in my life. What are you talking about?
like a cheap rug, you lie. Like a cheap rug, you lie.
What do you think I have in this cup?
That's still a mature factor. That's not a stability factor. That's a mature factor.
Sane or mature.
But there's a difference between, and we've also acknowledged the fact that women mature faster than men. So let's put that on the table. Like you might have been emotionally immature at the time, Crystal, but you weren't emotionally unstable. You weren't dealing with what August was dealing with when he met that MILF, and that's a different story. And that puts the responsibility on the older person to do the right thing.
It's also what we think from the outside. I mean, I just want to do a disclaimer because we're on here on Food Radio. We don't know them personally. We weren't there inside the relationship, and I really do want to put that out there. Oh, go ahead.
We don't know them. We're just making an observation.
Right.
Thank you.
We're making based on information that we've been given, and the internet is a wild place. So I do want to say that, because if Will and Jada ever heard this, or if August ever heard this, I'm not in a place to judge you, because I've done some wild, inappropriate, what I thought I could handle, what I thought was okay, and then later realized that I made mistakes, I've hurt people, like those type of things. So I just want to put that out there.
I get that. But we're talking about the situation is over. She's doing a red table talk, and you hear her still talking as if she didn't do anything wrong. And that's where I have a problem, because if this was a man, I hate using that phrase, but it's true. If this was a man, we wouldn't care that we didn't see it. We wouldn't care that we didn't know them. We'd be dragging him for being a creep. Period. We'd be dragging him for being a creep, and she's displaying A1 across the board creep behavior, and we're kind of just letting it go because she's Jada and we all love her. And I'm not really here for that.
Unless it's blatantly evil, I'm not with cancel culture. I don't like.
I'm not saying cancel her, but I think she needs to be held accountable just like we do anybody else.
Fair enough.
I don't want to cancel her.
I do want to get off of them and not necessarily stay on the Jada Will. I'm curious about your kids and your family life. Like, are they involved in music? How old are they? Are they super fans, or are they embarrassed of dad? Like, what's your family life like?
The thing Jada need to do is
what?
Just playing. I'm just playing. I got 3 kids: 20-year-old Bailey, my first kid, of course, 12-year-old Riley, my daughter also, and 8-year-old Miles. Miles, M-Y-L-E. Miles.
Like Miles Davis.
Yeah.
Yeah. 2 girls and a boy.
2 girls and a boy.
You finally got your boy.
I rode, and I didn't know, but I was at a point after having 2. You know, you're not tripping. You know what I'm saying? long as they're healthy, come on out here. Come on out here. You heard me?
Are they fans? Do they like your music?
Oh,
are they just in their own little world? Just as kids.
My oldest do. Yes, she's on my page right now doing the whatever how they run it. You heard me? To join off the International Jones, that one summer project, and I made my son's playlist on his iPad. So that was a big monumental something.
Oh, hey now. I actually know somebody recently told this story about having a barbecue, and you hear the teenagers talk, and he's a well-known older artist also. I say older, but just like not 19, whatever. So he said, talks about all the hot tracks that are out, right? And he realized, he was like, listening. His name didn't pop up. He said, I got some work to do.
Right.
I got to make sure I'm still relevant, still like that the kids, not because they're my kids, but that they would bring it up because it's such a hot track.
Right. That is the most illest feeling. My son's 8. He's showering, taking a bath with his iPad in the restroom or the bathroom now with his music playing. You know what I'm saying? And I'm on the playlist, and I'm in my room or in the living room, wherever he decides to take cleaned up at. I can hear the music playing. I'm like, I'm right in there with Trippie Redd and a few other names. You hear me? So I'm with that. I'm with that. Yeah, man. I know more songs on new artists than I ever thought I would have known. But I love it. I love it. I also got an artist that I'm working with. I just signed recently, the Atlantic Records APG, maybe about almost a year ago. So I'm up to speed on a lot of shit. You heard me? But what
so you have guys signed under you?
Yeah. I produce 85% of this kid's project, and did the market promotion, everything, merch, everything. I pretty much COO the label. You know what I'm saying? And I'm happy to know that something like that, we got a deal like in 4 months. You know what I'm saying? One of the biggest newest deals for a new act, you know what I'm saying? So grateful. Shout out to Mike Karen. Shout out to my man Jeff over there, also now the president of Capital. Congratulations to him on that. Shout out to Tariq. Shout out to my main man, Joe Pac, CEO of Moonlight Entertainment. And all the
How are labels? How is it working with a new artist? I didn't want to interrupt, but I'm so curious because COVID has been freaking weird.
This particular situation is the first of its kind. It was not easy. Man, this kid is all over the place. But man, I hope he get things where he want to be great. You know what I'm saying? But it's so crazy how it could be going like that. You know.
Is he listening to you when you talk? I know a lot of people's complaints are the new generation tends to be hard-headed. They tend to be entitled. But you've been there and done that. Does he understand that you know better when you say stuff to him?
Part of the bridge between youth and seasoned is like such a thin line to be like, fuck you, you know what I'm saying? Fuck your whole ass, fuck your little young stupid ass. It's such a thin line between that. Some people, they want to walk in and like shit on whatever you could have done or accomplished behind how they feel like they're next up. You know what I'm saying? And as a more mature artist, you can easily take it as disrespect for certain things. I think if both the youthful and the seasoned got in the studio without feeling entitled to something and just created, we can have that awesome bridge. That's what I'm hoping to do with International Jones. You know what I'm saying? A lot of young cats dig me, they're 13, 18, 25, wearing bow ties and J's to their prom nights, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm building another bridge between that, showing that the big cousin or the uncle or, OG, whatever they want to label somebody that they're willing to say, man, I ain't know that shit could be cool, man. Homie married, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, shit, homie blazing hella doobies, you know what I'm saying? Like, smoking that gas at the same time. Shit, he ain't beat up and warped out from what the music industry shoot him up and spit him out, you know what I'm saying? He's still somewhat youthful. Something they could possibly relate to a little bit.
And look forward to or look up to on some level, yeah.
Look forward to. Bro, that's all I'm saying. I had it fucked up at one time. You gotta keep it in mind. You know what I mean? We all from somewhere that you expected to make it from there somewhere. So the layers of whatever that dude can eat you up to, and to get to this point is on us to want to grow. So that's what International Jones came from. I'm fiend busting out the expedition. But now, you know what I'm saying? I'm taking advice of Percy Miller telling me, man, if that shit ain't gonna make CNN, what you talking about doing on these fucking streets, you better find something else to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you ain't gonna go big with your shit or, make it count, you know what I'm saying? And the risk is so much higher, penitentiary, at that point in time. And I also start on different layers, advice from Tony Draper's, all these different eras of dope people that transcend me into now. You know what I'm saying? If Andre Harrell could rap, if rap, not so much. I don't want to make it about age. I just want to make it about cool. Like,
right.
Gotta be long.
Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah.
Were you hard-headed when you were around this circle of people and you were coming in and you got money coming in hand over fist, women all over you, there's fame constantly, and you get around, you mentioned all the OGs that were OGs then, that were big homies then. Were you hard-headed? Were you hard to talk to?
Nah, I didn't I didn't confuse my hard-headedness with confidence.
Okay.
And if I did, I got a quick lesson that I was gonna have to capitalize off anyway. Only time I can recall like where confidence and hard-headedness ever showed up at my job is maybe getting in the studio after getting wild money on my own and having maybe somebody that I work with from No Limit, constantly want to interrupt the recording to tell me how I should do something vocally or something, you know what I'm saying? And so, that I may be having with the rock eye looking at, you know what I'm saying, at the situation, but that was only it. I listened because I felt like they hustlers, they getting real money. Like, you know what I'm saying? My brother was a hustler. He was getting real money. And like, I didn't question, he asked me, I was like, where I need to be. He know better. You're 16, I'm 12. You know what it's like to be 15, I don't. You know what I'm saying? So he from a good place, I could trust you, I fuck with you heard me? And I'm from an era too? Bro, this is serious. Like this, I'm from an era where I had my brother to defend me, protect me, speak up for me, fight you behind me if you're wrong and older. So I know what it's like to have someone step in and say, no, you have to fight me. We the same age. What you look like, touch? You know what I'm saying? Like, some people do not know what that is like. Not to say that some people may never need it. But as far as my interaction with another brother, my interaction with somebody I'm gonna call brother, I feel like I'm a person that rather make it be forever of our camaraderie to win, more than I have to solo kind of do something. So like, just to speak on that, like, that kind of just hit me in real time, like, you know what I'm saying? So so I listened to them. They was getting money.
What do you think we're missing from that era to now? Or what do you think has been included to where seasoned artists are having such a hard time getting through to the younger artists, to the point where you guys got to watch them make some of the same mistakes that you've already made, you're trying to get them past it. There's the entitlement thing, there's the arrogance of youth. But what is it that you think, where do you think the disconnect is?
Respect.
Okay.
They're not concerned with really walking in your shoes. Some of them. I'm not talking about everybody. I'm not talking about everybody, but I want to tell anybody that's, 15 to however old as an adult, a seasoned person in entertainment and business, respect go a long way. You want yours and I want mine. You heard me? And they're walking in most of the time with no respect. Right? And it can be vice versa according to who. Some dude might have his ass on his shoulders about his accomplishments at one time, what he accomplished, right?
That's not respect the new generation at all either. Yeah.
Right. So that's what I'm trying to tell you. Me personally, I don't want to put that tool on one of their ass. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, shit. That's, you hear me? Like, that's how I feel. Like, if I feel like it get to that point, I know, you know what I'm saying, I gotta back away because the respect don't mean like I don't respect you like you beneath me. Is the respect mean that I gotta want to trust you also because everybody else done fucked over me. So I'm gonna shit on you before I can respect. I'm gonna shit on him and fuck you off the rip. I'm gonna be sociable, but I'm not gonna be, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I think sometimes what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, we used to look up to people that accomplished something to know that we looked at that to be it. The internet taught people that they don't need people.
That's what I was actually waiting on. I was gonna say, I think it's a lot of technology because we've also seen a lot. every generation technology is increasing, right? Every generation before us, there was, from rotary phones to the internet to, being discovered on YouTube. Like a lot of people think they can do it without the older generation, or there's all the information that they think they can, that they going to school, now I can go to Google. Going to OGs, I can go to Google.
It's all about how you perceive wealth.
Right.
Somebody 79 years old may say, hey, how old are you? You're right. The person responds, oh, I'm 26. What? Oh my God. Oh man. Oh man, what I do to be your age? You know what I'm saying? That's wealthy. Just someone 79 years of age that may have been hindered somewhere because of technicalities of growing older. So you get season. It's all on the eye of the beholder of the wealth, right? You could
wealth
look at
knowledge of age, yeah.
Man, you could look at your homegirl hand. You could look at your homegirl hand and be like, she got a man, she got education. Man, if I had her hands, I cut mine off at the same age go. Not jealousy, but the fact of you observing what seems to be wealthy, you can respect, whatever. All what comes with the house, ticket fence and all that shit like that, right? So that person might feel like I'm trapped. Man, fuck that fence, bitch. I need to get out. You know what I'm saying?
You feel sorry for somebody that somebody else thinks is the ultimate level of success and wealth.
All on the eye of the beholder, but the more common of it is wealth, finances. So some people now replace respect and experience with, bitch, you ain't got more money than me. Think about it.
Right.
So that's replace education. That replace if you're bad.
Signs. They just think nothing can.
That replaces all that. Man, fuck what you used to do. Bitch, is you get money. I don't see you nowhere. What you be buying? Like, so that's what kids are, and they feel entitled at times. I work with a couple artists. We had to sever our ties because I'm not your daddy. I'm in music business with you. Mm-hmm. Saying so, I want to do business. I'm just only one person. They may be the next Whitney Houston. They might be the next Samuel Jackson. You know what I mean? They might be the next whatever. But because I just got to a point, it just got too far. I think that's just all it is. More labels now are standing distance from people that attached to the artist. That's a whole nother conversation because you don't know where they may go and you don't want to be liable for that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm there. I'm writing, I'm chilling, I'm creating as far as with the new acts. I fucks with them. I really fucks with them. I love they tech savvy, and I wish we could hook that up. I've been doing that more often, but I can't do it consistent as I want. You heard me? I love fucking with the youth that's on the tech shit and want to build and have a little respect for your experiences. Because you can learn a lot. I've seen something like, oh my dog, look, man, if I could just be a fly on the wall, and they might sit, catch a session, learn some shit, apply it and go hard. You feel me?
Right.
But that's what
I compare it to sports. Like at some point, technology for watching sports increased, and maybe for sports health, but by and large, you still respect your elders. You still respect everyone. Respects MJ. History is like his game. You would still, if you could take a class from the football greats, the basketball greats, the baseball greats, you would, because they did it and they did it epically well.
You did it, and there's an era, but there's also an era that's been waiting to say fuck MJ.
Right, I could have beat Mike Tyson in my prime.
Boy, look, Mike
just said that.
It's sort of the like, man, one day MJ gonna say my game is dope. Goes to man, fuck MJ and everything he came with. that's the respect. And look, and by no way, shape, form, I mean these responses personally.
Yeah.
Give an example of just trying to connect. That's what the International Jones brand is. That's what Sleepy Bear is. You know what I'm saying? I got a clothing company called Sleepy Bear.
Sleepy
Bear.
Sleepy Bear.
Koala Bear. Which is, I compare to cool people. Cool people are extinct. You know what I'm saying? I'm not threatened by your intelligence. I want to learn. I should not be the absolute most smartest person in the room amongst my friends. I should have my attributes. to be able to bring to the table and everybody have their things. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, like that's how I've been looking at it. It's highly weird and industry stuff, man. You can't judge. Well, I can't judge. I'm learning more. You can't judge. Play your part. Connect with the people that vibrate on the same vibe you is, and that should be enough if you are in business. You know what I'm saying? And if you look at your neighbor's backyard, you're supposed to be looking to see their needs, not to steal from them. I just hope some of these kids, that's
say it again. Say that again, because you broke up a little bit, but I love that quote. You said, "In your neighbor's yard, what?"
You look in your neighbor's backyard. You look to see where you can help them see they need something, not to steal nothing from them. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I live by that, and I'm hoping to get old and be extra cool, and being able to drop my kids off. You know what I'm saying? With a cold water between my legs and a doobie behind my ear. That's how it's going down. Like, and not violate nobody or make them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't do that now. You know what I'm saying? You hear me? But that's how I used to get dropped off going to school. You heard me? My dad had a Budweiser between his legs. You heard me? And a doobie behind his ear. No shirt on. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was the era I grew up. We got ass whoopings, and, there's a balance, man. The kids ain't getting no ass whooping. These kids, give me that goddamn phone. Give me that goddamn phone. You know what I'm saying? They getting that. They ain't get, look, sit your ass down. Don't fucking be talking to me like that. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. They don't know. A lot of them ain't taste their own blood yet neither. They get punched in their mouth one good time. I saw one of these comedians said one day, I think it was Seinfeld. He said, I think all kids need to be punched square in their mouth one time just to know what they feel like. You know what I'm saying? Then I think they'll have a balance in the world. Like, you know what I'm saying? So right. He said that on like comedians and cars.
I cannot disagree with that.
I think I probably needed that one good time. I ran and locked the bathroom door every time I should have got hit by my sister. I should have got that one punch.
Because kids, I see a generation of people, not even just kids, human beings. All these Karens that he got a headbutt. I don't know if y'all can't hear that. He's practicing headbutting.
I'm just saying, that love, bro. That love, like somebody literally just smack you one time, like, I'm gonna keep it real, like, man, shut up. You know what I'm saying? We don't get that. You know what I'm saying?
Nah.
And that, everybody just is out there just totally hypnotized to their own voice.
Yeah. And it's a free for all. I mean, that's what we get with all this freedom, is we also get a little lack of
because people forgot that freedom doesn't come without consequences. I saw this dude wilding out. I saw a clip of this dude wilding. He was barking on people at a restaurant, sitting outside. And he was yelling and saying all types of racist stuff and go back to your country. Just a lot of wilding out, right? Somebody threw a big bucket of water on him, right? Now, for me, that's light, because where I come from, talking, talk ain't cheap. Doctor bills cost a lot. Like, you will talk your way right into the ER. So they threw water on him. I was like, oh, that's funny. I'm actually looking at it like, maybe that's a mature way of dealing with it. You just throw water on him instead of putting hands on him.
He'll dry. Right, he'll dry.
Right. And he started losing it. He started yelling at the top of his lungs that this is violence. What kind of violence? All because I'm using my freedom of speech. You're encouraging violence against me. What level of violence is acceptable for you? Because I want to say what I want to say. And no one said to this man, no one is stopping you from talking. These are the consequences for what you said. Right. You can say whatever you want. It does not come without consequences. Freedom is not free. Everything that you want comes with a consequence. Everything, all of it.
You can choose not to wear a mask, and a business can choose not to let you in. Boom.
Right. Right.
That's just where we're at. Ain't nobody taking away your rights by saying that this is what you got to do right now.
You can choose to tell International Jones that you're going to do it your way, and you're going to do X, Y, and Z, and you want this kind of budget. And the consequences from that, he will sever ties with you, use your contract as kindling, and call it a day with you. And that's what it is. And he's not wrong, and you're not wrong. You made a decision.
Right.
You just got to live with it. I think most of these Karens that we're seeing, people who are running around wilding right now because they can't wear a mask and talking all this racist stuff, I think most of them never got whoopings as a child, and it shows.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. Like, that's what I'm trying to tell you. That's a real reality. Those are the kids that didn't get punished. You know, parents.
There's no consequences for their actions, whatever that looked like. Yeah.
Didn't have your uncle tell you go get a switch out that tree, type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, so yeah, grandma didn't reach with the spoon, cook the spoon, and bop, hit your ass. You know what I'm saying? So these are the repercussions of not having some type of guidelines when it comes to respect.
Right.
People, a lot of people,
no fear, no reason to do the right thing if there's no.
A lot of people confuse respect with fear.
Right.
Not to live.
Right.
I'm just saying it ain't. My mom just telling me it ain't what you do, it's how you do it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And he got a real good reality repercussion from his actions. You know what I'm saying? And it was a nice soft one. And he didn't have to deal with waking up days later out of a coma, or or like my dad would say, well, yeah, well, that have your ass wake up dead. You know what I'm saying? So he should have been grateful, but still behind having no repercussions.
Well, and in the moment he was pissed as hell, but given a little bit of time, once he's by himself,
as a grown man,
hopefully he thinks twice before doing that. Again, that's the point.
You know what it's like to be punched in your face. That water should have been a light bulb going off. You heard me? Mm-hmm. That water instantaneously 5 seconds to itself, 10 seconds to itself. I'm an asshole. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Let me get myself out of here, bro. I am entirely doing too much.
I had this coming.
It could have been worse.
Yeah.
Worse. Could have been worse. He stood there yelling for like.
He didn't get just attacked for.
No, they didn't run up on him and threw water.
What I'm saying. Like he has
built
to know
up to that.
Caused this. You caused what happened to you.
I'm trying to tell you, like, yeah, everybody don't know karma. My 8-year-old asked me the other day what's karma. I explained to him what he thought it was. It wasn't. And I was like, oh, okay, that's what you thought it was? Explain to me that again. He's like, it's just saying this here. I think women are awesome, right? Hopefully you get to a point so you could connect with her like it works. You know what I'm saying? Everybody their own people. You connect, you be on a vibe. Little dudes and people need to just learn people are unique and respect their energy. They respect how they come. You feel me? And get to know them. If not, everyone's gonna continue to be racist, bigots, or one-sidedness of shit because you don't want to learn that. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, Latin people are bigger than Taco Bell and La Pollo Loco and shit. Like, you gotta talk to somebody. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And most people, if you're stubborn and don't want that conversation, and you've been never corrected on how to coexist,
mm-hmm.
You're gonna get the outcome of that type of stuff. Like,
and you don't know what you don't know, but you have to be willing to learn.
Yeah. But I can tell you this here. The odd thing in this is that we can't rush however people learn their lessons. That man getting the water thrown on him, that was perfect. That was like, you couldn't ask for it, a perfect small example to diffuse something, right? Certain people can get a gang of luck, which I don't believe in luck, but I gotta call it luck because they could be pieces of shit and keep getting a reset button on their life, knowing the shit that they distribute out in this world. So somewhere along the line is their time and space to learn their lesson.
You're getting more chances to learn.
Yeah. Sometimes you're gonna learn from it to earn from it. If not, you're just gonna keep doing the same thing. You could test yourself. I test myself on some things and learn a lot about myself. Just me. It may not be other people for them. You know what I'm saying? You might like 2 dabs of cayenne pepper on your red beans. I might just want to sprinkle some sugar on my shit. You heard me? Like, it's still red beans. It's still a meal. Less judging, And
every lesson is individual.
bro, you can extend the olive branch. The saying go, you can lead a horse to water. You can't make him drink, but you really can't make him think. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to give you the game. I'm trying to put it down so you can pick it up. You don't want to pick it up. You don't even want to look down. You're so busy focused on my pocket or focused on me thinking what I'm competitive competing with you instead of learning, and we just create another step for us to go.
Right. We can share the knowledge. Giving knowledge doesn't cost you anything. You don't lose it by giving it.
Know what knowledge costs you. Know what knowledge costs you? Knowledge costs you time.
Right.
Oh, it costs you. Oh, it
But you don't lose knowledge by giving knowledge. That's what I'm saying.
No. You definitely don't. You definitely don't. I used to do that in math. I used to lose knowledge. The more I taught kids in 10th grade, like help them with their math. The same problem I taught them how to learn, you heard me, and get it, I go fucking the same way from home. Whatever. Fun fact. You heard me? But yeah, but
we're coming up on our hour, so I don't want us to go over and have to cut anything. But I want to make sure that everyone knows where to find you. New friends.
My Jamaican horn. You heard me? Man.
Not the air horn, Jesus.
Not there. Yeah, the air horns. Come on, let's go.
Was putting out the good vibes. I hit a doobie. You saw me. I hit a doobie. I'm chilling. You heard me? I'm feeling good. I'm working in my own little spot. I got an office in New Orleans. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm blessed. I'm just, sometimes I get, So, but yeah, 504 Fiend on Instagram. That's FIEND. And from New Orleans, we don't say 0. We say O. So 504. 504 Fiend. FIEND.
Who that? Who that say gonna beat them Saints? Who that?
You heard me? Hit me up on Twitter. 504 Fiend, also, or Fiend for the Money, FIEND, the number 4, DA Money. I just dropped a new project called International Jones. That one's some available everywhere. You heard me? I produce also. Check me out. Did a gang of stuff. Producer Jadakiss, Hurricane Chris. Keep fighting the good fight, Hurricane Chris. And I appreciate y'all for having me. You feel me? I got a clothing brand. It's the illest shit in the land. It's called Sleepy Bear Tees. You can follow me at Sleepy Bear Tees. You can order at Sleepy Bear 420. Also pick up the new Jet Life pieces that just dropped. Clothes, lifestyle, you know what's up. Shout out to these two fucking cool motherfuckers right here. You heard me? Flexed out, chilling a day. You heard me? Having me on Nick Dope Ass Show. It's not gonna be the last. You feel me? I teach 3 things in life. I know I've been long-winded, as my people say. I made a short story long, but I believe in 3 things, man. 3 universal languages, which is food, love, and music. You dig? So, man, hey, you're there. 504 Fiend, International Jones. You feel me? Remember, like they say, love is the answer. Who cares what the question is? You dig? And, yeah.
I dig it.
Next time we'll get you on here with your wife, man. Next time you and your wife pull up.
That's cool.
We'll do a real couples edition, and we'll show what this grown-up hip-hop lifestyle looks like.
That's crazy. That'd be cool. She's a superstar in her own way. Girl.
No, we're gonna get it. We're gonna get to it. Like maybe a month or 2 from now, we're gonna pull it all together. We're gonna start doing the wife edition, like got the ring all. We're gonna get it popping.
Word, show it off. I love it.
Cool, bro. She's
got it in the credit card. In the meantime, in between time, I'm your man, Mr. Mac.
And I'm Crystal Levin.
This has been the M+M+M Show, aka the
show.
May you live as long as you want and never want as long as you live. Do us a favor, go get laid. Peace.
Woo!
That was awesome. That was great. I'm so glad that you joined us.
Yeah, happy y'all had me. You know what I'm saying?